Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Opinel number 8. Stick with it. So this little Opinel right here has a blade. Well, let's do size comparison on this guy before I forget. So, size comparison on this guy. First up, we got the CRKT Carnifex. The San Remo 710 to 7D10. The VT 350. The CRKT Caligo. And last, the Cold Steel Pro Light Tanto. And you know what? One more. Sharpie marker. Alright guys, so the blade length on this guy is 3.25 inches. The blade thickness is 0.06. The blade material is 12 C27 MOV steel. And this of course is the stainless variant. It is not the carbon, as you can see. So the carbon has like a little thing right here that says carbon. Or carbon in French I guess. I don't remember what it exactly is. My dad has a number 6 that is a carbon steel version. It is a drop point blade, as you can see. Slight drop point. And it is a flat grind, so it's just all the way back. It's flat. It is satin finish. And wood handle scales. As you can see right there, just a basic wood handle, and it's like real wood. This is a beautiful rustic looking knife. So, only thing to do with that is have some pictures. It is a wonderful looking knife, of course, and the weight on this guy comes in at 9.6 ounces. 9.6 ounces, and it is a nail nick opener, of course. As you can see there, the nail nick right there after it's been deployed, and you just get your nail underneath that nick and pull it all the way up. It does have a slim option, which is just the blade I think is about half the length vertically. And the handle is less girthy. It's a little more slim. Figure that one out. It is made in France. And it does have quite a bit of flavors. So it does have the carbon steel and then the stainless steel option on the blade itself. And of course it does have this blade shape as well as the slim shape. Not to mention it does have many different variants of the wood. So if you have a wood that you're specifically looking for, you should be able to find it. Or at least a wood close in design. It is a very traditional design. So this is kind of like, reminds everyone of like grandpa's knife kind of thing. Very, very, very traditional knife. Right and left-handed carry, of course, because it is a traditional. It just flops in the pocket, and then you can take it out and open it. There is no pocket clip, of course, being as traditional as this knife is. There is no pocket clip on this guy at all. There is no lanyard hole, but I mean, it's a traditional after all. Some people like traditionals with lanyard holes, that way they can pop the like pen clip, I guess. I forget what it's called, but it's looks like the top of a pen. that they can then just clip on their pocket so it looks like they're carrying a pen. I mean, yes, but that is not an option with this guy. It is great and simple ergonomics, in my opinion. Just when you have this guy put together, your hand, there's no forcing whatsoever of your hand. So if you wanted to choke up, you could be here comfortably, or you can glide down a little bit more, and you can have this hilt kind of stop that pinky, have that pinky rest right on that hilt, and then your hand just kind of fits there, perfectly. For my medium to large size hands, of course. And it comes in at like $14.50 to $20, so cheap, great budget option, and it is a friction folder, of course. Right here, some variants do come with a leather sheath, so you can always get that, or they do make there are proprietary leather sheaths out there for them. There is a locking mechanism, as you can see here. So the blade, it comes like this, which means it can open and it can shut, and it's friction, so there's nothing stopping it. It's just all the friction. And then you can lock it shut, so you cannot open it now with it turned over like this, or you can open it and then lock it shut. So it's similar to a liner lock, except that I forget what the actual name of it is, but it is a great design in my opinion. I love it. It's simple and it makes sense. It's innovative and it makes sense. And if you notice, they even have a design on the lock that if the blade isn't all the way up, like if the blade is like there, it'll get it to lock. It'll still lock. Like if the blade isn't all the way up, like as you can see the blade, it can still go back further, but it can still lock. So it's not going to come down and hurt you even if it's not all the way up, but it's best to have it all the way up. That way there's no blade play whatsoever. So it's almost like a safety with a, there's the made in France and then the number 8. It is a safety as well as a lock. So once the knife is deployed, it's a lock. And then when the knife, if you put the knife in your pocket and you're afraid it's going to catch on something in your pocket, maybe your keys or whatever you may have, it will not open in the pocket unless something were to knock this over and then something else was to move it out. But once again, rare. I use this as kind of like a 5th pocket knife. It's a little big for that, but it still works. It sticks out a little bit. So I just kind of leave this stick out, and then people are like, oh, that's a nice little wood thing you got in your pocket. Surprise. It's a little slicey dicey boy. But it's a cheap slicer, very cheap, and very sharp, very thin behind the edge. Can just, perfect. And the angles on this are perfect with right 90-degree angles. So if you do have the carbon one, you can just scratch it onto a ferrule rod and sparks. So it makes a good camp knife as well. Alright guys, that's all for this video, and I usually flip over the knife. Alright guys, that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.